Hello student. From chapter 7 wave optics, we have to start article conditions to obtain steady interference pattern. We already learned what is interference. Now in this article, we have to learn what are the conditions to obtain steady interference pattern. So first and very important conditions is two sources of light. Two sources of light must be coherent. Now what is coherent here? So coherent means if two sources of light having constant phase difference between them, then they are called as coherent. In another word, you can say that having a same frequency also, then they are called as coherent. Now you note one thing here. So two similar type of sources cannot be coherent sources. Listen, then how we get coherent sources? Listen, coherent sources we can obtain by two methods. The first method is Fresnel biprism method and second method is Lloyd's mirror. By both the method we can obtain coherent sources. Now we learn these two methods later on, but first we cover here conditions to obtain steady interference pattern. The second condition is two sources of light should be monochromatic. Two sources of light should be monochromatic. Third one, monochromatic means having a single wavelength. Third one, two sources of light should be narrow. Generally, we are using here slit type of source. We already learned Young's double slit experiment. In that, light is illuminated from two slits and then this light interfere with each other and we get the interference pattern. So here the slit must be narrow. So this is the third condition. Now fourth condition for steady interference pattern is two sources of light must be close to each other. Close to each other. They must be close to each other. So here, so if you see the problems, in that problems, if the problem is asked, they can ask the two sources of light must means separated by distance 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm. 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm distance is very small. So the two sources of light must be close, that much close. Now fifth one. Now fifth one is two sources of light must have or ठीक है, must have equal brightness. Equal brightness. Equal brightness, it means that same amplitude. That is same amplitude. The two sources of light must have same amplitude. When they have same amplitude, that time only at one point when they are coming in same phase, we get a bright point. At one point when they are coming in opposite phase, one wave cancel another wave and we get a dark point. To get perfectly dark point, so two sources of light must have same amplitude or equal brightness. Must have equal brightness. Next one, distance between, or I write this later. Two sources of light must have same state of polarization. Same state of polarization. Now, same state of polarization means what? So, polarization means both the light wave must have their vibration in same plane. So, if first light wave having their vibration in vertical plane another wave also must have their vibration in the vertical plane only. Then only these displacements can be added, or their amplitudes can be added, and with resultant amplitude is maybe A1 plus A2 when they are coming in same phase, and when they are coming in opposite phase, then amplitude subtracted means A1 minus A2 as per superposition of principle. So this is very important condition, must have same state of the polarization. And seventh one is distance between. So distance between source and screen must be large. Must be large. Now large means how much? So listen, distance is large, it means that it may be 1 meter, 1.5 meter maximum. So here, so distance must be large. Why this 1 meter, 1.5 meter is called as large distance? Because here we learn two sources of light must be close to each other. I told you close to each other means they are separated by 2 mm, 3 mm, etc. As compared to 2 mm, 3 mm, this 1 meter is very, very large. So here, distance between source of light and the screen must be large. So these are the conditions to obtain steady interference pattern. When these conditions are fulfilled, then we get a steady interference pattern. I hope everyone understood these conditions. Now after these conditions of steady interference pattern, next article we have to learn, and it is analytical treatment to the interference. Now let me apply analytical treatment and we obtain expression for the bandwidth. So next one is analytical treatment. So I am giving heading here. So I hope this is visible. Analytical treatment to interference. Now pay attention. So we have to consider two coherent sources. For interference, we require coherent sources. They are monochromatic, two coherent monochromatic sources separated by S1 and S2. The sources I can name it S1 and S2. They are kept at a distance capital D from screen. You can see this capital D is the distance of screen from the source. Now, and the distance between these two sources is D, small d. Now here, I have to I have to draw here a perpendicular line from S1 on the screen. So S1M is a perpendicular line, S2N is another perpendicular line on screen. Now I can draw perpendicular bisector of this S1 and S2 on screen. So we get center of the screen. So it's a perpendicular bisector. It means that this distance is d by 2. This also d by 2 because total distance is d. So here this is a bisector. It means that this distance is d by 2, d by 2. Now I consider one point on screen. So I consider this is point P on screen, which is at a distance x from the center of the screen. I consider here point P on screen, which is at a distance x from center of the screen. Now, I consider here two light waves from two sources coming at point P. So, one light wave from S1 reach to point P, another light wave from source S2 reach to point P. Then, if they are coming in same phase, we get bright point, then P is a bright point. If these two light sources coming at point P in opposite phase, we get dark point. We don't know whether P is a bright point or dark point. Now we consider if point P is a bright point. So I write here, if point P is a bright point, then we know that path difference is equal to path difference. Condition for path difference for bright point is n lambda. Path difference is n lambda. So where the n having a value 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. So path difference is n lambda. So n is an integer basically. Now here, path difference. The first path, light wave from S1 reached to P. So the first path is S1P. Second path is S2P because light wave from S2 reached to the point P. So this is second path. So path difference, this is a larger one, S2P. So I can write here path difference is larger minus smaller, S2P minus S1P. And this is equal to n lambda as it is. So I can give it equation number 1. So if point P is a bright point, then this is the equation. So path difference is equal to n lambda. Now similarly, if I consider P is a dark point, we don't know whether P is a bright point or dark point. I consider P is a dark point. Also, if point P is a dark point, then path difference is equal to path difference is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. So path difference is this. Now we know the path difference. Again, S2P minus S1P is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, equation number 2. Now we are written equation 1 by considering P is bright, equation 2 by considering P is dark. Okay. Now we can do one thing here. Now we can find out this path difference. Path difference is about S2P minus S1P. So this term we have to find out in term of capital D, X, small d. Now for that, pay attention here. Now for that, I can use triangle. So I will make the parts of the board. From triangle, I use this triangle S1PN M. S1PM. So see this triangle S1PM. So this is a right angle triangle. Then we can use Pythagoras theorem and I can write S1P square. S1P square is equal to, I can write it here. So this distance square means this S1M square. I can write S1M square. Okay, I write it here. S1M square plus this PM square. Now S1M distance is called as capital D. So I can write here D square plus PM. PM I can write in term of X. So see here PM I have to write. Up to this it is X. If I subtract D by 2 from X. So this is X minus D by 2 is PM. So I can write here X minus D by 2 square. Now this is D square plus I can use this bracket and I can expand it by using A minus B bracket square. So here by using that we get X square minus 2X into D by 2. 2X into D by 2, 2 get cancel, XD only. Plus D by 2 square. So D by 2 square is D square by 4. So this is S1P square, equation number 3. Also, so why we are obtaining this? Because we have to find out this path difference, S2P minus S1P. So that we have to find out. So we get S1P square. Similar manner, S2P square we get by using also from triangle. So S2PN. So what we get? So we get S2P square is equal to, see this S2P square. Again I am writing directly here. So this is S2N square plus PN square. And it is equal to S2N is capital D again plus this PN. So up to this X and this D by 2, X plus D by 2. So X plus D by 2 square. Now I can expand this bracket by using A plus B bracket square expansion. So D square plus X square plus 2x into d by 2, so it is coming xd plus this d square, d by 2 square, so d square by 4, so equation 4. So here we get h2p square. S1p square, h2p square we get. What we have to find out? We have to find out this h2p minus s1p. So h2p minus s1p, I can do 4 minus 3 by equation 4 minus sign equation 3. Now what we get? h2p square minus s1p square, this minus this. Now d square minus d square 0, x square minus x square coming again 0, xd minus minus xd, minus minus plus, so 2xd, d square by 4 minus d square by 4, so again get cancelled. So everything get cancelled, we get 2xd only. D square minus d square 0, x square minus x square 0, xd minus and this minus xd, so plus 2xd, d square by 4 minus d square by 4 get cancelled, so we get this. Now here we can use, but this is h2p square minus s1p square, and what we have to find out? This one, h2p minus s1p we have to find out. So we can use here a square minus b square formula. So you know that a square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. So by using that, we can write h2p minus s1p in a bracket, another bracket, h2p plus s1p in another bracket is equal to 2xt. We have to find out this term, so we transfer this bracket to that side. So hence h2p minus s1p is equal to 2xd divided by h2p plus s1p. So this we get. As this distance, listen, so this distance x is very small, as x is very small as compared to capital D. This capital D is very large. I told you distance between source and screen must be large. And here this x is very small. So we can do one thing here. So this x is very small as compared to D. So h2p and s1p both are nearly same. Hence h2p nearly equal to s1p and this is nearly equal to capital D. h2p and s1p, they are nearly same and equal to capital D. So I can write here h2p plus h2p, instead of this h2p I can write D, s1p I can write D. Hence we get h2p minus s1p is equal to 2xd divided by d plus d. D plus d is 2d. So I can write it here 2xd divided by 2d. 2 to get cancelled, we get xd by d. So h2p minus s1p we get this. Now equation number, I can give here equation number 5. h2p minus s1p is this. Now after that, I can write here equation 1 and equation 2 again. Hence, equation 1 becomes, or I write, hence, if P is bright, then by equation 1, what we write? xd by d is equal to n lambda, equation number 6. So instead of this h2p minus s1p, I written the formula. Also, if P is dark, then by equation 2, xd by d is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, equation number 7. So we get equation 6, equation 7. Now let I introduce one term here. What is bandwidth? Bandwidth, it is also called as fringe width. So generally, this bandwidth or fringe width, we can represent by capital X, capital W, beta, that this type of symbol. So here we can use it X, we can use W, or we can use this type of beta symbol also. Okay. In your textbook they use capital W, so we use capital W. Okay. Now pay attention here. So I hope everyone understood this expression for this part difference. Now we have to continue this derivation and we have to write expression for this bandwidth. Now for that I have to erase this part. Now I will erase this part. Now pay attention. Now I am considering here two bright points. Bandwidth means what? First we discuss here. Bandwidth means what? The distance between any two adjacent bright points is called as bandwidth or fringe width. Adjacent, huh? So you know that interference pattern. In interference pattern we get bright point, then dark point, then bright point, then dark point, alternately bright and dark points. Distance between any two adjacent bright is bandwidth, or the distance between any two adjacent dark point is also bandwidth. Because, so here we get a uniform pattern here. So because of that, distance between any two bright is bandwidth as well as any two dark is also bandwidth. So I consider here this is screen. So this is central point. This is central bright. I consider this is bright point. Again, this is also bright point. Now, so this, I consider this is nth bright and this is n plus 1th. So we have to consider adjacent bright. So this is nth bright and this is n plus 1th bright, means adjacent. If it is 10th, this is 11th bright. Then I consider distance of this nth bright is xn and distance of this n plus 1th is xn plus 1. Then how much is the bandwidth? Bandwidth means distance, this distance. This distance is bandwidth, W. Now this W we get by using xn plus 1 minus xn. Hence, bandwidth is equal to xn plus 1 minus xn, or we can write W is equal to xn plus 1 minus xn. So this is the formula in terms of distance. Now here, I will derive the bandwidth by considering two cases, by considering bright point and by considering dark point. So that time also, bright point I consider nth and n plus 1. So when we are considering dark point, that time also we can consider nth and n plus 1th dark point. Okay, you remember this formula here. Xn plus 1 minus xn is the bandwidth, or I can write it here. So bandwidth is equal to xn plus 1 minus xn. Now, so we have to obtain bandwidth by considering bright point. Bandwidth by considering bright point. Now see here. Let xn and xn plus 1. So these are distance of nth bright from central bright. So these are the distance from central bright. Xn plus 1. Distance of n plus 1th bright from central bright. Hence, bandwidth is W is equal to xn plus 1 minus xn. Now by equation, now I can use bright point equation is equation 7. By equation 7, for nth bright, I have to write this equation for nth bright. So instead of xn, d by d is equal to n lambda. Equation number, I can give equation number here 8. Now, for again by using same equation, by equation 7 for n plus 1th bright, I can write equation x. Now distance for n plus 1th bright is x n plus 1. So I can write x n plus 1 d by d is equal to, instead of n plus 1 lambda. Equation number 9. So we get equation 8, equation 9. I have to arrange this term. Xn plus 1 minus xn. Xn plus 1 is here and xn is here. So 9 minus 8 by 9 minus 8. Now what we get? Now you can see here. I will erase this part here or write it here. Okay. By 9 minus 8, one side, xn plus 1 d by d minus this xn d by d, xn d by d is equal to n plus 1 lambda minus n lambda. N plus 1 lambda minus n lambda. So here I can take common d by d. So xn plus 1 minus xn d by d is equal to, here I can split the term, n lambda plus lambda minus n lambda. This minus n lambda plus lambda get cancelled and this term is a bandwidth. So I can write here d by d is equal to lambda. And this bandwidth formula we can write W is equal to lambda into capital D by small d. So this is expression for bandwidth. I hope everyone understood how we get bandwidth expression. So here I consider the bandwidth, I obtain bandwidth by considering bright point. Similar manner we can obtain bandwidth by considering dark point also. So I will make the changes here in the case 1. So I hope everyone understood the case number 1. Now I will explain the case number 2, bandwidth by considering dark point. Again, distance between any two adjacent dark point is also bandwidth. So I consider xn, or instead of n I can consider m. Okay. I write here m. xm, distance of mth dark from central bright. So we are considering from central bright only distances. xm plus 1, m plus 1th distance of m plus 1 dark from central bright. Then bandwidth is this, xm plus 1 minus xm. For, by using equation 7 now, the equation 7 is for the dark point. So by using equation 7 for mth dark. So what we get? So xm plus xm d by d is equal to this side only. So 2n minus 1, instead of that 2m minus 1 lambda by 2. Equation number 10. Now here, by equation again 7 for m plus 1 dark point. So x m plus 1 d by d is equal to, now instead of that n we have to write m plus 1, 2 m plus 1 minus 1 lambda by 2. So I can do one thing here, I can split this term. So here 2m plus 2 minus 1. So 2 into this m plus 1 bracket minus 1 lambda by 2. So here x m plus 1 d by capital D. Now I can name this equation as equation number 11. Now by 11 minus 10. 11 minus 10. So what we get? I will erase this part because I need more space here. And no use of this equation now. Take it. Now here. See equation 11. xm plus 1 d by d. xm plus 1 d by d minus xm d by d is equal to this side minus this side. Now lambda by 2 is common in both. So I can write lambda by 2 common. Then this bracket minus this bracket. 2m plus 2 minus 1 minus 2m minus 1. So here you can see we have to 2m, 2 minus 1, 1 plus 1 minus, because of this minus 2m, and because of this minus, this is plus 1, lambda by 2. So minus 2m plus 2m get cancelled, 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 into this lambda by 2. Again get cancelled, only lambda. And this is what? Bandwidth. So W d by d. So we get this formula, W d by d is equal to this. So by using that we can write a formula of bandwidth. W is equal to lambda d by d. So this is expression for bandwidth. By considering bright point, we get the same formula, and by considering dark point also we get the same formula for bandwidth. I hope you understood this. Question may be asked in long question. By using analytical treatment to the interference pattern, obtain expression for bandwidth. Up to this you have to write. You can write case 1 or case 2. No need to write both the cases. Only one case you can write. I hope everyone understood this analytical treatment to the interference pattern.